Okay. It's very interesting, and I'm back. I'm back as the moderator. After, of course, getting disappointed in the ANL and getting disappointed.
We did a good job, viewers, in the comment section. Yeah. Tell us.
And getting disappointed in WS. I'm officially I've been nominated to get back into the studio as the moderator and as the producer. And as usual, I'm JW, and I'm going to be coordinating this game. And of course, I'll be taking you through what we are going to go through. Currently today, actually, as one of us today, we are lucky to be live. There is a current game that is ongoing, that is Everton and Tottenham Hotspur. And as we speak now, it is in the 46th minutes, literally nearing the first half. They are literally in the extra time for the first half. And so far as it stands, Tottenham Hotspur is leading. I know Everton scored a goal, and they had to cancel it earlier within the game. But of course, we'll be giving you updates as that match game is going.
And all this was possible because we left the video early.
Exactly. So, and then we are going to be going through our results for this current game week that we are already in, that is happening. And we are going to be going through the Champions League that happened with the midweek. I know WS is eager and waiting to tell us the results there. And then we'll also be looking at Carabao Cup that is also coming midweek, this coming game week. That will be NL taking us through that particular segment. And of course, as usual, this time we are adding in a tech segment. We are going to be looking at AWS DownTime. And I think we also need to focus on the impact of cloud computing. Yes. Because, I mean, if we get into such scenarios, what happens? Then earlier on within the game week, I saw a tweet whereby Elon Musk gives a heads up for one of the commenters that said that he's deleting all the application that he has on his phone because he can take on X. X has everything that is okay to be interested in. And of course, we will have our game week teams for this upcoming game week. And then we will, of course, focus on our predictions. So this is how our segment is going to be. So as usual, like I mentioned earlier, I'm JW, and I will be coordinating after getting disappointments from the two moderators. Over to you, NL, for your introduction remarks.
It is Lord NL, as usual. But I feel like it performed quite well.
Of course.
The user rating is the other way around.
Yeah, please go on.
This is Double S, and for us not performing better than JW, I think we need the listeners to give us their votes, and we see who performed the better. But it's always great to have you here. Welcome back to another episode of the Great Minds Board. Over to you, JW.
All right, so that is what we have from our colleague, but I don't know why is the morale so low? What is happening? Is the game week getting into your nerves? And are you disappointed that you're likely to go last in our league? What is happening? I don't feel you yet very well.
It's a terrible game week, extremely terrible.
Is that the raw mode?
It is.
So, but our listeners trust you. You cannot be weak.
The Norwegian striker that deserves the Hall of Fame.
But you know, not every day that it's going to rain, so you also need to
just a player.
Maybe next week is going to do
our
better.
trump card,
or maybe it was tied throughout the Champions League. You need also to give in those few factors with it.
Yes, he did score in the Champions League, but still.
Yeah. So, colleagues, let's look at the results so far as it stands. You know, we had the game on Friday. We had Leeds and West Ham, and surprisingly, this game ended in our previous episode. It ended on a 2-1. Do you remember?
Yes.
It ended on a 2-1.
I was accurate to the
So anyway, I think is it the right time for you to join in betting?
Uganda.
Yes.
No. The Indian. Now, if I had joined betting,
yes,
at that time, this game week, I would be crying.
Yeah. So Friday game ended in a 2-1 lead. I would know, of course, Leeds winning, and of course, I have a defender there. Very interesting gentleman.
Live in.
Scored
Spurs just scored the second goal.
Who has scored? Oh, yeah. Yes. Can you please? And they're hammering Pickford. Serious. What is happening?
And it's Van der Ven. That is a striker. 2 goals for a striker. For a defender. For a defender.
And check, it's a corner actually, as you can see.
But as you see, I'm getting points.
But what is happening to
from
Pickford?
Pedro Porro?
What is happening to Pickford? Because
Let's
check is standing.
There was a lot of commotion and he didn't get there quite.
Leave alone Pickford. What is happening to Jack Grealish? He's doing nothing.
He's not a defender. What do you want him to do? He's not a defender.
But he's a striker, comes from Man City.
Exactly. So that's what we are seeing. So the goal is in, and of course, WS is scoring some points there.
I'm getting some points.
And Pickford, I think I was right to bench Pickford already. So that's it.
Yes.
So I was still going on. Chelsea played on Saturday, and surprisingly, weirdly, Sunderland hammering Chelsea. NL, are you surprised?
Very. I was somehow surprised, but I had hinted on it. That
Yes.
Sunderland might win, and they all said no.
WS, the defending for the second goal. What happened to Chelsea? Is that how you defend?
I don't even know what
Because
happened.
2 players holding a man for all that long.
Yes, and then the guy managed to get the pass off
Exactly.
to the other player.
So what do you take quickly?
I think that's poor defending. Because when you're 2 people, one has to mark the guy, like body to body, man to man, and then the other one is supposed to go into space where the guy is going to pass that ball. But they both stayed on him, and then they created room for the guy coming in to get a shot.
So do you think the second person would have gone the other way around, or they would
Yes.
have tackled the guy?
Because there's communication. You guys have to communicate. You'll be like, cover the other side, I'm going to cover this side, so that you engulf the guy. But they were just there standing on him, and the guy just put his hands on them, and no one was doing anything. Okay, the guy was in the box, and then any mistake, it could be a penalty.
But I will still say, without Palmer, Chelsea is.
Yeah, I don't know why I would agree with the end. There's a lot of staggering, and Joe Pedro, I don't know what he's doing in there. I mean, last time you guys were all overhyping. Yes, Caicedo is playing very well, but because of today wasn't lucky with these shots. So I feel like, yes, when Palmer gets back in there, Chelsea's likely to get its momentum back.
Now that you talk about it, is that a problem with Liverpool? They have no playmaker.
By the way, talk about it. Anyway, before we were going to discuss that when we get into the Liverpool game. We know serious it was again miserably played awful.
Yes.
So when you look at Newcastle Fulham 2-1 to Newcastle, surprised?
That was expected.
Your colleague Walter made what happened? And again, this is the time again I'm going to argue with WS is that do not follow any Rosy podcasts. Because it was the way he was hyping Walter made. I'm using my old card. I'm bringing
the guy that is
What
promising. No, but we just have to accept that it was just a bad game, because even our star
What do you
player,
mean
Haaland,
a bad game week? We told you to buy Thiago. He delivered. You told us to buy Walter Bed. What happened?
it was a bad game week, because even Haaland didn't do anything. So it was a bad game week.
Yes, so as we speak, the game for Tottenham Hotspur has gone into break now. So we will proceed with our podcast. So now the interesting game that happened yesterday.
Glory. By the way, we should make that our soundtrack. Starting from now.
But did you see the pressure that Amorim was
When we considered
experiencing?
the second goal.
The man nearly wanted the ground to swallow him. And it was crazy. The man was walking back and forth. And when Mani was 3 down, 3 up, they showed the owner of Mani. Is that the owner of Mani? And the guy was even clapping. Was like, yeah, I told them, give the guy some time. The man was proud of him. But before he knew it, things were changing. And the man was moving up and down, left, right, and center, until when they scored the fourth goal.
Yes.
The man even took water. Did you notice that?
You take the water.
WS, does your coach has to be that tensed?
Of course.
Why?
Because even Klopp said each game you play is like a final in the Premier League.
Yeah, but this is Man U. So is it something that you guys were you gambling around?
No,
was
we
it
weren't
so
gambling
luck?
along because Brighton hammered City,
Yes.
hammered Chelsea, drew with Spurs.
Yes.
So if it puts us on pressure, I mean, you can't blame us.
But again, NL, why is the coach moving up and down? Did you see Brighton's coach? 3 down, and did you see his behavior, his character? The guys would meander the ball, but would still support his team, clap for his team. But you guys, 3-2, and you feel like the world has turned the other way around.
Okay,
Are you
now-
gambling in games? Are you betting our games?
Imagine being a coach and your boss is the Nottingham Forest guy.
Crazy.
NL, do you believe the 4-2 that Man U really deserve that win? No, you don't have to corrupt his mind.
In a way or two, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But
So-
I think they might have just picked inspiration and motivation to help that other guy to get a haircut.
Exactly.
Which guy?
There's a guy that is
There's,
saying 5 games for Man United.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. I've heard
So I
about that
think
guy.
they have picked that zeal. They're like,
Do you
"No,
think
it's no
Sun
one."
is cutting off his hair?
Yeah.
So you are left with 2 wins for him to have a cut?
To win, 1 win.
We have to. We need to,
You need to win.
against Nottingham Forest, which is easy. But then the 5th one is against Spurs.
that one is also easy. I mean, but again, we are going to discuss that at a later date.
Mm.
So let's go to the next game week. That is Brentford and Liverpool. I wasn't surprised. NL.
It was I
Losing
was-
again. Are you surprised? Are you shocked? 2-0.
Yes, I was. Very, very, very. I didn't expect them to concede to Brentford.
But
I
by the
really
way,
did.
Brentford scored some nice goals.
Yes, they were lovely goals, but I didn't expect that from Liverpool.
You see, NL, there's something that we discussed a few weeks back about throw-ins.
Yes.
I've forgotten that gentleman's name, the guy who throws the balls to the...
Coyote.
Exactly. And you see the you call it
I
Kafuma?
think, yes.
You call it the
Kafuma battery.
Dango Ouattara scored that goal, but nearly from a throw-in
Yes.
from Coyote.
Because-
And I saw the meme earlier today in the morning that if every time they hear about Liverpool hear about the guy called Coyote, they get a headache.
Coyote is a power machine.
They go in the box.
Yes. And then the penalty that Brentford received double S, was it a real penalty?
Because I think yes, because we think we measure it based off where the contact was, and the contact was in the box. Okay, one leg was outside the box because Dangotara was running, but then the contact was in the box. But I'm wondering why Van Dijk didn't get negative points by the way.
Yeah, I think that's something that we need to put to the fantasy team. I was also expecting him to get some negative points because literally...
How did that guy get 3 points? They conceded 3 goals and he conceded a penalty. He brought a penalty. Should have had negative.
Yeah. So, surprisingly, in that game, the guy that has been off form, that the guy has been off for, scored in the 89th minutes at NL. He scored I was talking to some guy earlier, and then even if we would put Noel in that pitch, would have scored that goal. Not that he did anything that he deserved. And I don't know why he actually wasn't benched this time. Is he coming back on form, NL?
No, it was luck. It was pure luck because he did absolutely
Nothing.
anything. the whole
Exactly.
time.
Did you watch
So it
the
was
rest?
luck.
But it was a good finish.
He was
On
just
his
in the
weaker
right.
foot.
He was just in the right place.
Of course,
He's a
football,
striker, yeah.
The 3 basics of football is one of them is positioning. You have to know where to be at the right time.
Have you seen players who bring the ball from the center?
Of course.
Yes. There are those people. Then now that is what we are, not just being in a right place and putting in a final touch.
But you know what has made Haaland the best striker in the world?
No, he's tall.
That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
It is good positioning.
Yeah.
Position yourself well.
And Ireland has also scored some goals to similar to that. So again, are you seeing Liverpool losing the next game?
They're going against Aston Villa. We just hammered Man City.
Yes.
I'll go with a yes.
So your chances they will lose that game.
Yes.
And I believe the same thing.
We all know Aston Villa for being that team that brings chaos.
And it is already showing it to Man City
Exactly.
now. And I know that game is ahead. So Man City, we can just discuss about it. Man City 1-0. I mean Aston Villa 1-0 against Man City. So and the goal was superb. That so-called Donnarumma just looked at the ball and pew, it was inside.
And it passed.
And it passed him. So the double race. Do you think Donnarumma's hype is starting to fade? From your honesty?
Personally, I think Donnarumma is a good keeper.
No one is denying that. And are you denying that?
No.
So the question to you is, do you think the way it was hyped, it is disappearing?
Of course, I think he has to get scored once in a while. Now, the problem would come in if the guy concedes like 4 goals.
Is he a golden boot material?
Golden glove.
Is he a golden glove?
And now, by the I don't know why those keepers in big teams get golden gloves.
So you're not answering the question. Maybe you're failing to answer the question. NL, is Donnarumma a golden glove material?
Not yet.
First, if what I'm saying, if
Pep
you say
said what does it bring to the team? He said he's tall and huge.
He is a beast. That's
of
true.
course,
But
and
not yet.
nature's law is bigger is stronger.
Anyway, so it seems like that's a hard question. Maybe we'll answer in game week 16.
And he always goes for large dudes like Haaland.
So Nottingham Forest, Bournemouth hammering Nottingham Forest 2. And double race last week, game week, you told us very well how them getting a new coach is going to help them. What happened to your podcast?
They won in the Europa League. They won.
They did win. They did win, yes, that is very true. But now we're talking about Premier League.
It's where it matters.
Yes.
Auntie, I thought the first time impression would come in Premier League, but it came in Europa. So, had luck.
And this game week, Dango Tala. What has happened?
Who?
Dango Tala.
Remember, Dangotala was playing against Liverpool.
But
A goal and is that an assist?
But he didn't do anything. He didn't do anything. And you guys hyped me last time. Hey, Dangotala. What happened?
The problem with Dangotala and Jacob Murphy, they are really good options.
No.
for your
I
team.
didn't mean Dangotala. I meant this guy, Senesi. There's another guy in Senesi. After Senesi.
Oh, Semenyo.
Semenyo, exactly. I meant Semenyo, not Dangotala. Dangotala did something. So what happened to Semenyo?
I don't know. I think the man who bewitched me bewitched you as well.
Okay, so then when we look at Arsenal against Crystal Palace, anyway, must be a happy guy today. But it was a
tight game.
It was a tight one.
Yes.
It was a very, very tight one. But as we said, Arsenal is Arsenal.
But do you see my prediction that a few games from now, Arsenal is going to start losing games?
Yeah.
Are you seeing that or not seeing
You're
that?
going to start getting hammered.
I do see it in the near future, but it's just being standard Arsenal procedure. There is a team that's going to come. There is an important win we are going
The
to need.
moment you snooze, United to the top.
That one keep dreaming. That one keep what? That one keep dreaming. So we move on to the next game, that is Wolves, and this is a game which has surprised me. Burnley was at one moment 2-0 against Wolves, but surprisingly the game has ended. Burnley has eventually won. So are you shocked? Steve and Kuren have literally blundered me. Actually, our viewers, me, I'm still in the roll-on mode because this week so far is awful.
The game week is bad.
Yeah, it's a bad game week.
I personally didn't expect Wolves to score any goal, but they did. And 2, it moreover. So I feel like Burnley didn't play that well.
So, double S, as we speak now, the Everton and Tottenham game is in black time. Do you think, because it stands, it's at 2-0 now, you think Everton is coming back?
I hardly think so.
Okay, so if
I
you
think Everton is
predict
losing
your
this
second,
one.
because by the time this podcast will end, they will literally be nearing either the end of that game. You think there's any change in the second half, or Everton is scoring more goals?
No, Everton might score 1 goal.
They score 1 goal more, so it could end in 2-1.
Yeah, 2-1 or 3-1.
NL.
That's my prediction.
I think I'm going to have to think. I feel like it's going to remain as is until the game ends. I don't think there are going to be any other goals in the next half.
All right, so
Anything can happen.
we will watch as the game continues. So, Double S, I'll begin from you. Champions League. Tell us.
I don't know what was happening, but there was a lot of weird goals in this Champions League.
It wasn't like the feel of the champions.
Maybe, I don't know. The champions were hammering the... I don't know how those got there. Because how would you tell me you got hammered 7?
Yeah.
And you're in the Champions League. And you call yourself a champion.
You can give us a few highlights or the goal scorers that happened within there that really were shocked with you.
Yeah, because starting off with Barcelona hammering Olympiacos 6-1. Though Olympiacos got a red card, but it was a weak.
By the time they got
challenge.
the red card, it was a weak challenge for them.
But already Barcelona was leading. Was it over 3-1?
But did Rashford score?
Yeah, 2 goals.
Oh, he scored 2 goals.
Yes.
So what happened?
I don't know what is happening to the man. But
Yes,
he's
so
doing well.
Bring
in
him
Barcelona.
back. Is he on loan or he went on a
We
permanent
don't want
move?
him back. We have Cunha.
Okay. Yes.
And then by the Newcastle won 3-0.
Okay.
Pope doing an assist with a hand.
Nick
It was
Pope.
a throw. Yes.
He threw the goal and it was there.
Yes, and it was an assist.
NL. High time. You want to buy Pop?
Not
A
yet.
keeper who makes an assist.
Exactly.
Not yet.
You're missing points.
No. Those things will happen in those leagues, not in Premier League.
This is the Champions League, by the way.
But when you're telling us 6-7 goals, what
You
is
get-
that?
Now the next game, PSV hammered Napoli. Napoli is where KDB went. Napoli got a red card. By the way, they are thriving until they got a red card.
Oh, okay.
Everything went south.
Is KDB doing anything interesting or is suffering with hamstring injury?
Of course, I don't even know. He was playing, but then things got tough. And then they got hammered 6. PSG hammered Leverkusen 7. You see what I'm saying?
But are you surprised? It doesn't sound like Champions League, right?
Yes. People are getting hammered 4, Dortmund hammered 4, Inter hammered 4. Oh, City hammered 2 with the best striker.
Yeah,
scoring.
Captain Haaland. That's why I was saying earlier why he blanked us this week is because the man is tired.
Yes. And the Arsenal game was funny.
Yes.
These guys conceded 4 goals in 13 minutes.
So up to that means by 75th minute, no goal.
No goal.
And then they conceived 4 goals.
In 13 minutes.
Maybe what Enel was saying, Arsenal are legends. Isn't it, Enel?
True legends.
Yeah, those are 2 legends, yes. Where is Mani? Is Mani also in that list?
Oh, somewhere, I think. In the next season. It will be somewhere in the next season. Chelsea hammered 5. This time around, surviving a red card, but the opponents got 1.
And you know very well they have also survived with the red card this game week. Yes. Maybe the red card's era has disappeared.
Is there a change?
Probably they were told because by the time also the coach participated in getting a red card.
Again, as the baganda sekumbaka tekubula musiufu, Spurs 0-0. People are scoring 7 goals for 0-0.
Maybe they are the underdogs that are there.
Because even Liverpool hammered 5.
Liverpool hammered the 5 and then they come to you EPL and then they do what?
I don't know what happened. Maybe all the goals were scored in the Champions League. By the time they came back to EPL,
they were tired. Or maybe they are frustrated. Do you have a feeling that they are sabotaging the coach, Liverpool?
I don't know.
Okay. Maybe not.
But even Bayern Munich scored 4 goals. But I saw a clip about who? Kane.
Harry Kane.
Kane's work rate is crazy.
Did he score?
No, but he's a striker. But the guy goes to the defense to fetch the ball for the other players.
More of like Haaland.
Yes.
Because Haaland is of recent is doing something similar.
That is crazy, because for a striker, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to stand there and let the other players bring you the ball. But the guy goes into defense, tackles the other striker's guy, and then brings the ball forward.
So, and Davares, do you think that the English clubs are doing good in Champions League?
Yes.
Are they going to continue with that momentum, or this week was a specific week?
By the way, I
It
think
was a lucky week for them.
No, I think we've been playing really well, because they added another team to the Premier League. Premier League now takes, is it 5 teams? Straight. No playoffs, no nothing. We take 5 teams, and then if the one that is playing in Europa takes Europa, like this time round. How many teams did we take? Did we take 6 teams?
In Champions League, because we have
Spurs.
Arsenal, we have Man City, we have Liverpool, we have Chelsea, we have Spurs.
And Newcastle.
And Newcastle, we took 6 teams, exactly. We took 6 teams there. So you think like EPL is the league to go?
Yes, and they are all performing very well.
They're all performing very well. So you still believe that it's still the number 1 league in the world?
Yeah.
Okay. So that is literally what we have from Champions League. I don't know, Davares, did you see any highlight that you think was really eye-catching? Were there referees that got hamstring injuries that we witnessed in the Liverpool's game yesterday? You remember, for the first time on record.
By the way, that is the first time I've also seen something like that.
Stranger, we didn't even what? We didn't even.
At first, I also didn't notice.
Exactly. We saw it later on. The referee getting hamstring. Then the referee they bring in literally nearly didn't want to finish the game. This was a very crazy game. So Davares, did you see anything catching within the Champions League?
Catching? No, I think I even stopped watching after the first half. The goals were too many. I was like, what am I watching?
Yeah.
Because how do you get scored 4 goals in the first half? What am I watching? And then a short shout out to the El Clasico. Real Madrid just won 2-1.
Real Madrid has hammered them 2-1.
Barcelona got a red card, but in stoppage time.
Who was red card?
It was Pedri. But then Rashford did nothing in this game.
Did you have to focus on only Rashford? But I saw a clip yesterday that Rashford was watching Man U game as he was going to Barcelona.
Of course. We are his first card.
I mean to Real Madrid.
We are his first card.
But this is why he didn't perform in that game.
But
because
United won.
His mind was somewhere else.
United won. He should have been happy.
He's not. He took all the energy and the mind to focus on game that is useless to him.
He wanted us to lose?
Probably. Then he becomes happy. So thank you very much, Davares. So NL, Carabao Cup is coming midweek, I think.
It's beginning on Tuesday.
And you know very well in that Carabao Cup, the so-called the Glory what?
Glory,
they are not in that league. And I think if FA also begins, I think they may not also be there. So you like it to remain on the one league.
FA, by the way, they should already write our name on that cup.
NL, give us this game, upcoming game weeks, and then we see our predictions within them.
We have Grimsby Town and Brentford. We have Wycombe and
Grimsby?
Fulham. Yeah.
That is the team that eliminated us.
What, you want to compare yourself with Brentford?
Of course not.
No, exactly. So Brentford is winning.
But remember, I'm in the 6th position.
Be there. We will wait. You're just lucky that this game week is a little bit funny. The teams that are supposed to win are losing.
It's Wycombe and Fulham.
Anything that's facing against the Premier League team.
Cardiff City.
Oh? Which?
Wrexham.
I think I would go with Cardiff.
Because
Really?
I have no idea there.
I feel like it's the only team we know is Cardiff here.
No, because Cardiff has been coming to the
Then we
Premier
have
League.
an old name, Swansea and Man City.
is Haaland playing?
In fact, in that game,
They might bench Haaland.
yeah,
and
they
you'll
have
be
to bench
shocked.
Haaland, and then they give Divine Mukisa a chance.
Our guy. Is he our guy or is
I think he chose England.
he's playing for England? What about this guy for Baton? For him, he chose Uganda.
Yes.
Okay, so I feel like Man City will win either whether they play their first team or the second team. I feel like Man City will win still.
Okay. And then on Wednesday we have Arsenal and Brighton.
What do you think, Ene?
Arsenal, come on.
Brighton. It hammered City. Chelsea. Almost hammered United.
But
What do you mean almost
what do you
Ahmad?
know what's about it?
It didn't hammer United.
It didn't, but again, you'll be like, yes,
Liverpool and Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace. And
I'm going
this
with Palace.
time, if Crystal Palace beats Liverpool
It has hammered Liverpool the last 3 games.
from FA last
From
season.
FA Finals,
Yes.
Community Shield,
Uh-huh.
and then this first leg game.
Yes.
Now,
If they hammer them, then it's going to be too bad for them. Yes,
then-
honestly.
Guess what? Wolves and Chelsea.
Now, the way Chelsea is playing.
but did you know that Wolves eliminated Everton?
Yes. Yes.
Surprisingly.
And Newcastle and Spurs.
Tough game.
Tough game, yes. Tough game now, given the fact that if you see the current running now, Tottenham is still ahead of Everton. So I feel like Tottenham might like it to win.
Okay.
Yes. So any key player you think is likely to shine?
I want to scout Murphy. I think Murphy is a really good player.
I used to have him in my team, but he isn't a beginner.
Not enough play time.
But you think he might make something in Carabao Cup?
Maybe if they give him all 90, he can.
He can. Eh?
Yeah.
Okay. So colleagues, you know very well. I think in the previous, I think we did this in game week 4 or 5 around there. We had the tech segment in there, and today we have 2 areas that we want to discuss about, and especially want to focus on what we call or what we refer to it as the cloud computing, or to someone that is common about cloud computing is just imagine a cloud.
What a save.
Yeah. I was just looking at the game here. This goalkeeper is something different. They literally neared a bicycle kick, and yes, he has just, that is Trafford, right? He has just saved a bicycle kick.
That is Vicario.
Vicario. He has just saved a bicycle kick from Everton's striker from scoring. So I was still saying to our layman's person, it was a brilliant save, very, very spectacular save. So if you look at to the colleagues there that are not familiar with cloud computing, is that just imagine a computer that you have with you, but this time not within your premise or not within your space, somewhere different, that you can access it remotely. That's what we refer to cloud computing. So what happened this time is that there was a downtime.
Yes.
Now, downtime, it means that at that one moment when the downtime, I remember a few years back, I think last year, but once it happened to WhatsApp. WhatsApp also received the downtime, and it was chaotic.
Yes.
So the dependencies on this technology, I know this cloud computing is literally not a native of Africa.
Yes.
And this podcast is within Africa. So the dependence of this downtime, that the machines are within the European countries or within the other world countries that we feel like they are big and strong, and now we are receiving downtimes, because a small downtime can lead to catastrophic transactions failing.
Yes.
So I'll begin off with the double S. Do you think maybe you could start giving us the disadvantage, not the advantages, the disadvantages of depending on the cloud computing, and then you tell us the why this impact, if it happens maybe for 2 hours or 3 hours, is it good, or it's high time for Africa to think of its cloud computing infrastructure?
Yeah, I think this shows us that we need something of our own. We need our own cloud infrastructure, because I didn't even know that it was down. But then when I went to check on X and my status, people are complaining all over. There is a lot of people who are running their sites and apps on the AWS cloud servers.
Yes.
And everywhere apps were down.
Yes.
Now imagine your whole business structure is centered online on that server.
Yeah.
That is where your transaction come through. That's where your products are sold. That's where, and then just like that, no warning, nothing. The site is down. So people are making losses because no transactions were moving, nothing was moving. And I think it's high time we get something of our own.
As Africa, right?
Yeah, as Africa, we need our own servers.
So do you think our own cloud computing infrastructure, do you think for the years that, again, the kids have been in the university, and I know this is literally your question, the years that computer science has existed here, guys doing electrical engineering, recently we were interacting with the guy who did telecom engineering. So do you think no one has thought of building a cloud infrastructure here? And why do you think it's the case so? That whatever we're thinking of Amazon, we're thinking of AWS, we're thinking of Azure, we're thinking of whatever. There are so many, but non-native Google Cloud. I mean, is it too magical that we cannot do that? And now, given the fact that we are starting to experience these downtimes, and that shows how we are literally being surplaced as Africans in technology. Because I mean, we cannot. Because if the downtime happens, what are we going to do? Nothing.
Nothing. You have nothing to do.
We will lose.
To first clarify on something, there is a data center here. There's a company. It's called, is it Rixin? Yeah, that opened about 3 years ago. When was 2021?
When that is like 5 years ago.
Yeah, that's when it opened. Yeah, they do offer that service. It's in I think Namamve actually.
Can you rely on it?
Now that is where the question is. Actually, the big question mark is.
Yeah.
But this is IT, and there is always something I say. Monday is just a bad day. Monday is a very, very bad day. That thing downtime happened on a Monday.
On a Monday.
And tomorrow, just be open for something new. A Monday is always a bad day at office. It isn't hated for nothing. So, but things like this happen in the IT field. It was actually a bug with the what's it called? The DNS automation. It failed to work as it should, and that happened. But the time they took to actually fix it is something that is impressive.
Yeah, yes.
And
yes,
I feel like if a Ugandan service encountered an error like that, it would take them way longer.
No,
yes.
That is the end of the AWS infrastructure. If it had happened here.
Yeah. Because these people had to now look at where to find what had actually happened, which takes time.
Yes.
Then after finding it, they had to fix it.
Yeah.
Now, before even fixing it, they first run a demo to make sure that everything is good. Then they can say that now everything is working.
Yes.
They did all that in, I think, about 3 hours.
Yeah, it was their downtown actually was extremely very small.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you're not keen enough, you wouldn't even have noticed that they
But
really
it
had
is
it down.
funny that those 3 hours were enough for the thing to blow up. That shows you how many services really
Yes.
Even not
are
only
actually
business people, but even those using social media.
Exactly.
The first way I found out was from Snapchat. Snapchat uses AWS.
Yeah.
The thing was down. And people were commenting everywhere. Yeah, now Snapchat users are.
So
What
I
is happening
think
with Snapchat?
If, as long as you don't have any social media platform you are powering, you won't go viral. You can actually get away with the downtime.
I think so. I think because that means the requests that come to you are not so that much of a key. Because at any moment in time, someone is texting or WhatsApping someone.
Yes.
But you have an enterprise that's why I was telling you that I got to note like 30 minutes into the downtime. That's when I got to know that we had a blockage because one of our FU systems that we own was nearly failing, and I was thinking like as if it was my own cause.
Yeah, I'm like,
yes.
what
So I
did
was
do
trying
wrong?
to pull up a few things, and then that's when I realized that there was a downtime. The only problem with us, those ninjas didn't communicate after the downtime being resolved, or probably we didn't receive notification. Probably they sent the mail, but they didn't work out as expected.
It brings me to my next point. As an IT person, how do you know that the issue isn't on your infrastructure.
Now, you see now, the problem that happened is a little bit funny. Because you could first blame yourself.
Yeah.
Of course.
You're checking your internet is working. Okay.
It's working.
You're trying to ping into your server, you're not getting a feedback. You're trying to SSH to it, you're trying to do whatever you can do on the server. So you won't blame AWS, because ever since AWS happened, I think this is one of their first downtimes.
Yes.
So we've never experienced anything like similar to that. So there's no way you will know that it's on their end until when they tell you so. But all of those things you'll be doing, you'll be saying maybe the network here is being faulty,
Yes.
something here, because it's where it happens. It's a sure win that
Maybe like maybe someone logged in and messed with the
or
configurations.
maybe my server's been hacked. So all of those, it will be hard for you to think that actually the problem is at the center where things actually do happen,
And it
because
isn't,
because this is AWS. But again, my concern here is the cloud infrastructure that we have here. It's the first time that I'm hearing about that cloud infrastructure,
It is there.
the one that you said earlier.
It
So
actually is there.
the problem with things here, you could have a sensitive application within that particular space,
Yes.
and the government get interested in that particular space, and before you know it, it will be down. All the computers will be taken, all the servers will be taken.
Yeah, it will be way easier for the government to access your server if it's here actually, because they have the thingy power to actually do
So,
anything. Yeah.
Does that make, because at one time they wanted data from Facebook,
Yes.
and the Facebook told them point blank, no,
Yeah.
we cannot give you that information. Do whatever you want, and I think that's why we got reasons of it being suspended and the likes.
Yes.
So, does that mean that is one of the things that is lagging technology back? Because you knew if you put up something that would be eye-catching, and you're hosting it within your space,
Yes.
within your country, just to speed up and the likes, that they would come for you and they can take the servers, and by the time you start losing people's data, now people will demand you of their records or anything like that.
Yes.
Do you think those are some of the reasons that's why that is failing infrastructure here? Because outside there, those infrastructure are nearly independent. At no moment in time that the government can go and take those servers in any way or possible. That's why we trust their cloud infrastructure.
Yes.
Do you think, AWS and do you think that is the reason as to why our infrastructure here is failing to catch up?
I would say yes.
Not really. It comes with a lot.
For me, I think yes, because there are three factors one should consider while hosting your site or anything. One, integrity. No one has the power to change my thing once I've uploaded it.
Exactly.
Two, availability.
Yes.
Have you seen our power here? We were complaining in one of our previous episodes. The power is always on and off,
Yes.
on and off.
No, but for a data center, I do not think you rely that
And
much
now,
on
anyhow, this is what it means. You know very well that in a data center, umeme is cheap.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, the backup mechanism, the one which is gigantically expensive. So what does that mean? That maybe a few people fear to go in there because the cost of maintaining that data center vis-a-vis us, the end users, trusting your data center, knowing the problems that we experience here, could be some of the things that are hindering anything like that from kicking off.
Yes.
So do you think it is the reason as to why we cannot move any data center in Africa?
And lastly, confidentiality.
Yes.
I feel like the main reason is you can't ensure that you can have full control over it,
Exactly, that's our point.
because you can't tell the government no. They will just bring just simple police. They won't even bring with the army.
What do you mean no?
They will just
Do you
bring
know Italy?
police and do whatever that they want, or they will come for you and arrest you and just blame you with something.
There's one of the TikToker that I saw usually who sells shoes, putting them around his neck. He was trying to narrate his story somewhere, and they just grabbed him on the street and then took him. I didn't follow it up so much, but I mean, I suspect that at one moment in time, someone can just come for you because you've said something wrong.
Yes.
Or maybe because you're trying to say things which are not coordinating well. But at the same time, also want to blame the Ugandan. Where do you say things for? Where do you say things that don't have,
But they tell us we have, they tell us we have freedom of speech.
Who said you have freedom of speech?
We do have freedom of it is in the Constitution.
It is in the Constitution.
Yes.
Okay, so just moving on. I know I think later on we'll get deep into that topic. We'll do less football and more of cloud computing, just to make people understand what does it mean. I mean, you could be there when your mobile money application is not working, and you start asking yourself why it is happening. That is technology.
That happens a lot with MTN.
Exactly. So technology can really, really fade us up, especially here in Africa. I don't know why, for some reason, we are underestimating ourselves. I don't know why we believe that we cannot do it. We cannot. At least let's copy. For starters, let's start by copying, and then later on we'll see how things can move on. But again, we can go into the discussion. Now, the other thing that is a little bit perturbing my mind, and I don't know why a certain application wants to be a gigantic application to all the other applications that are existing. So someone thinks that I was reading at some more social media handle, and a prominent person in the world was saying that, commenting on some guy's comment, that said that all the other applications are useless. Now, this application gives me everything that I need. Do you believe in one application dominating all applications? Or it is a weird way of thinking like that? And if you see someone advocating for that, would you want to take him, since he's a tech guy, he knows how things are done? Would you want to to have a monopoly app?
Absolutely not.
Why?
For starters, let's say we use different apps for different things. When I want to know what's happening in the world, that's why I go to X. If I want to chat with someone, WhatsApp is way easier than any other app out there for me. So when I want to chat with someone, WhatsApp is the best choice. When I want to know what's happening in the world, X is the best choice. If I want to see job offers, what's happening in the job market, LinkedIn is the best app for that. Now, if I want to see some funny videos, relax my mind, TikTok.
And Snapchat.
If I want to learn something, YouTube.
And Snapchat.
That's not for me.
How about if you think of like amalgamate? Imagine if you amalgamate all those functions into a single application.
It would be extremely slow because the functionality of it.
No, earlier on you saw how the Premier League app was behaving.
Yes, because they put a lot of things in it.
But they fixed it. They fixed it.
Started slowing down.
They fixed it, and it is extremely okay. I'm not saying it's pure okay.
Receive a press statement. We needed a press release.
Again, at one moment in our podcast, we said this app may not be meant for Africa, and we are just tagging ourselves on that particular application.
But no. I feel like it is a global thing.
Yeah, we believe it's a global thing. Remember last time we were talking about the user interface, and we are saying by the design and the likes, it's not literally meant for Africa. And you've seen this so many competitions that are happening on it. Get a signed shirt for this particular player.
Yes.
Get what? I mean, you don't see what happens afterwards.
I've never pressed that thing and it goes through.
You get so again, it goes back. So we all believe on this podcast is that dependency on a single application is completely off.
Yes,
and if any tech person trying to advocate for that would say they are literally nearly out of their mind, or maybe they don't want the good for the tech to go on.
Yes.
Now imagine, right now we have AWS, we have Azure, we have Google Cloud. Now if Azure was if AWS was misbehaving, you have a fallback option.
Yes.
By default, human beings were not designed to depend on one thing. We are
if
supposed
the plants
to be,
don't grow, you eat the animals.
The team that is following you that are vegetarians are going to come for you.
Now, let's say you are in winter.
Again, a disclaimer, you're saying that as you.
Yes, as
not
me.
Any of what?
This is what I would do.
Exactly. So, because when you look at Enel here, Enel is a vegetarian. the man doesn't even feeling something is off for him or something like that. So ideally, so
Very true.
the dependencies of this I think it should something that needs to exit. We need to think dynamic. We don't need to depend on one element or one thing.
And by the way, that's very greedy, because you know all these apps make money.
Yes.
You make money from all these apps, so it means you want to make all that money that
Yes.
all the other apps are making, and then take it all by yourself.
And I think actually we've even brought in something that is coming through my mind is that I think one of the things that we are going to showcase to people is that how do these applications make money out blindly of us.
Yes.
We think the apps are doing good wonders for us. For example, like if you look at the TikTok, the data that it is consuming, and some yes. And I was watching on a few things that earlier the people were saying in other countries TikTok is bringing sensible content,
Yeah.
business related content. You come to Africa bringing chicken. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Bringing things that are
By the way,
that of not of value to us.
Chicken is very useless. At least Kasuku once in a while says something sensible.
But again,
Chicken is.
Chicken.
I still find that there's a big question mark on him. I don't normally like to do this with my age mates, but
yeah, but we are not going to give him our airtime on this show. It's just came out just to show an example of what we usually get.
All we are saying, you don't scroll for 4 hours when you've learned completely nothing.
Exactly. So and I think if the app is really trying to not to change anything, and that is what they are showcasing to us, I think it's a high time we start now going against some useless application that we might be experiencing here, or maybe the government should come and intervene. You see people dancing left, right, and center.
Dancing, we are getting gay stuff all over.
Yeah.
You're getting useless stuff.
no, I feel like now it's an issue with you. Like, let's say if it's on TikTok, it's an issue with you
How?
as the user.
That's what we are saying.
That's what we are
That's what we are saying. Because NL, you know very well that the way things are, the algorithm that these applications are using are just there to exploit our lazy minds.
No, at times the algo brings content based on what
Okay.
you search.
The question is, why are they not pushing Great Minds Pod?
It gets pushed to those people who are into spaces of podcasts.
That's what we are saying. The people that who would have listened to our podcast,
Yeah.
they are not getting it. Why?
Yes.
Because they are getting sent videos that are useless. That's exactly what we've been saying.
Of chicken.
Yeah, chicken.
So you get, so I mean, ideally, yes, again, you know what we usually say every time we go into the tech segments, with the time really gets quite long and gets time to fly. But again, we are going to reorganize this segment in I think next week, but one, or maybe when we have do we have any break?
I doubt.
So when we get in a break, or we could like it to do a midweek segment specifically on tech, and then we showcase to people, like, I mean, we are going to learn, to try to educate as much as we can, and in the simplest way possible, to a lay person that is so naive about ICT, to educate to them how we get ripped off weirdly and lose our money, thinking that we are being happy. We are remember, one of our slogan is be happy.
Yeah.
And happiness is free.
Yes.
Why do we have to buy data to be happy?
You get?
We need to be innovative enough to create within our space, to think, other than wasting time on this so many, apps. So we're going to have that segment. So, but I wanted us, because we are catching up with time, we have close to 70 minutes to the end of the hour. We want to look at our teams, and our teams are going to be our teams are going to be in this coming game week. That will be game week 10. But just a quick update on the game which is happening now. Tottenham is seriously squeezing, and the Vicario is becoming something I don't know. And NL
finally might be right.
Yeah. So
we might start following his pod again.
So that's what so far I think it's the Vicario against Everton now, and not Tottenham. So far that is what is happening. So I'll begin off with my team. And again, literally, I'm bringing back Pickford into my team. And of course, Steve, Rodon, and Senesi are remaining in my team. But I'm still doubting whether to maintain Steve because he's playing against the mighty Arsenal, the number one leaders now as the table stands. And the Mosala and Rangers, they are in doubts for me, but they are still on probability to stay there. However, Kuren and Semenyo, those ones stand alone. They are not going anywhere. So again, I have issues with Joe Pedro. I am likely to bench him or to take him off. But however, Captain Haaland, as usual, and then Thiago are staying in my team. And I'm very hopeful next game week, Captain Haaland won't be able to blunder me. Over to you, WS.
Okay. My team, I think I'm bringing Pickford back in goal against Sunderland. I'm still using the 3 defense man. Julian Timber against Burnley. I think that is a very good pick for me because Arsenal is gaining against Burnley. And I have a feeling that they might make a clean sheet, even get a win. I'm bringing in Mokile back. They are facing Everton. So a 0-0 game works for me perfectly. Yeah, I'm
Mokile and Everton. Okay.
A Pickford in goal. And then I have no choice but to give Ban another chance.
Dan Ban.
Yeah, and I've had him for 3 consecutive game weeks, and the guy has been giving me 2 points. 2 points. And he's like over 5.1 AM. That's a lot for a defender when you're giving me 2 points. And then I'm still going with the 5 mid players. Indiaye, Cunha, Semenyo, Caicedo, and Saka. And then on my striking again, my captain won't change from Haaland. And then Joao Pedro. This week, I don't think I'm going to use my free transfer. Might keep it. And see how things go.
Right, so that is from WS. Enel, do you have a rough or you want to keep your team private?
My team in the goal, I have your favorite,
Pickford.
Dubrovka, because he had a good team. And then my defense, I'm going to keep it still the same. I'm going to have a Steve. I'm going to have
Mukule?
No, Gabriel, Mikule, and Munoz. Then in my mid, I'll have Saka, our man, Semenyo, and Grealish. I'm going to only use 3. Then in my forward, Haaland and Walter Med.
Are you disappointed in Haaland so far? Ever since you put him on the bench?
It was a bad game week. It was a bad game week for Haaland.
So, would you recommend for KY Live to buy Haaland? Because as it stands in our league, I think he's the only one without Haaland.
Yeah. He must
and
buy Haaland.
It's seriously impacting on his team.
He must buy Haaland, and he must do it very soon before he also leaves. Because he's about to blank. I think he's left with like 3 game weeks.
Yeah, things are likely to backfire on him.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the game week. I know we've already discussed about the Carabao Cup. So let's move on to the match predictions for next game week. That will be game week 10. And that is happening on 1st November to 3rd November. Oh, this one, it's ending on Monday. NL. Again, another Monday match.
I don't know why.
Very weird, eh?
So weird.
All right, so a quick one, and I'm going to mention the names, and then you give me the prediction. So I will start with the double race. Brighton Leeds.
Brighton.
Don't explain. Brighton. NL, Burnley, Arsenal. No, this is not NL. Double race. Brighton, Arsenal. NL, you agree?
Yeah.
A Steve. You said you're using a Steve in your team. Arsenal. Okay. Crystal Palace, Brentford.
Draw.
Fulham, Wolves.
Fulham.
NL. Nottingham Forest, Man U.
Of course. The Red Devils.
Draw.
You're going for a draw.
Yeah.
Because that man has to cut his hair, by the way.
Draw.
You want a man to cut off his hair?
I feel like it is a draw.
Okay. Then Spurs, Chelsea.
Spurs.
Liverpool, Aston Villa.
Aston Villa.
I'll go with Liverpool.
I'm going with Aston Villa.
I'm going with Liverpool. They are home, but we hammered them from Anfield.
So those will be the Saturday games, and they will begin at 18:00. That is East African time. The games have started becoming. Today's game week started at 17. I mean,
Yes.
the Friday one late, but the Saturday one started at 17.
Yeah, at
What
5.
is happening?
And then we
to-
watch the game until midnight.
Yeah.
And then
Until
I'm
literally
seeing here
1.
we are going to have to watch the game until 1
Uh,
on Saturday.
So, anyway, like I said, this Premier League, you might be tying it for no good reason. It may not be our thing. It might be someone else's thing. That's why it could be we are tying to what? To it. Then we have on Sunday we have West Ham and Newcastle. WS.
Newcastle.
Newcastle.
Because they have watermade NL. And then we have Man City Bournemouth.
Man City.
Man City.
You feel like Man City is taking?
Yeah.
So it is going to be a very tight game.
It is going to be a very interesting one, but yeah, Man City.
And then we see on Monday, and this is a very funny game, and it's happening at 23. That is Sunderland and Everton. Again, Everton is playing on Monday.
Yeah.
Sunderland. I'm giving it to
Yeah.
Sunderland.
I think I'm also going with Sunderland.
Because as it stands now, already Tottenham is leading Everton still 2-0. So, and we are literally in the 8 second minute. But again, like I said earlier, the game is now only once. Vicario versus Everton, not Tottenham versus Everton. So colleagues, this is nearly what we had this game week. I know it has been a pretty interesting episode, and we've discussed a lot. We also discussed about technology. For those that missed up a few results, Champions League, cloud computing, and very many things that we discussed. Our goal is nearly simple: is that find something that makes you happy.
Yes.
Be happy.
Just be happy. Don't stress. Just find something within you. Even if it's throwing a stone that makes you happy, do that as long as don't harm anyone.
Yeah.
Do it in a safe place.
Yeah.
If it is listen to our podcast that makes you happy, we are 24-hour available on our handles. And the NL, do you have any closing remarks?
The same actually. I feel like our people should follow and comment. Actually, we would really want to get that engagement. Ideally, yeah. That's it.
The WS?
My closing remarks are, based off what we've discussed today in Tech, we want to advise you to think outside the box.
True.
When you're using your phone, when you're using social media, please think outside the box. Where is your data going? How is it being protected? How could it be used against you? Mm-hmm. And then let's wake up one morning and the internet is off everywhere in the world.
Yeah.
How would your life go around? Would you go to a hold, or you have other ways of getting by?
That's a very interesting point.
Yes, think about that, and we shall be here the next episode to clarify on things. But play safe, be happy. Life is short, but again, doesn't mean that you should go and rob someone or kick people because you want to be happy.
Yeah.
Because for you, kicking someone makes you happy.
Yes.
You shouldn't kick people. You shouldn't beat people. Stay in your lane and have a good one.
Yeah, and you're really saying something that is really touching. As Africans, we need to cease to be excited over what we receive from from a few people that come and brought in this, and then we jump on it. But then the other thing that popped up in my mind as you're saying that, imagine at one moment in time someone wakes up and can control oxygen.
Yes.
I just want you to imagine that scene. I'm very sure, because if you look at national water, the
water is everywhere, but the guys are controlling it.
It is being controlled.
No, but you have an option to also invest in your own water.
Yeah, but now remember that's the expensive option. They give you the cheap option, but remember water is free. But now I want you to imagine if we reach a point when oxygen can be controlled, can be bought like the way you buy airtime.
No, I feel like that for National Water, they have a right to charge because they actually pull the water we get from the river.
And who put those levers there?
It's good. Okay, you go and pull your own water. You go to the river and get your water.
Will you be allowed? Will you be allowed
Yes,
to put your
you
own
can.
water? No, you cannot be allowed. Any natural resource belongs to the government.
Yes.
No,
Even if where we are standing here now, we realize that we have gold down there, trust me, we'll be chased away. Just like that.
I feel like you can. You
So
can.
anyway, colleagues, that is just food
can.
for thought.
We take you to, we have a small river over there,
Yeah.
and then you build your own turbine.
Yes.
And we see if they won't come for you.
No. See, a turbine, for a turbine, you will have to get some.
NL and WS, we are literally we are doing badly on time. We are already into 5 minutes into our episode. Our listeners, our viewers, we are always here. Feel free to reach out. Feel free to drop us anything that you want us to discuss on, and then we see how the time goes on. But usually we always stay with our clause. Happiness is free.
Unlike the natural resources in the country.
Those are disclaimer. Those belongs to NL and NL as NL. So have a very blessed and lovely week ahead of you. Chill out and see you next week. Over. As it stands, the game is still 2-0. Tottenham leading, and it is in the 87th minutes.
As I said.
All right.
This works for me.
That is it. It has been a literally bad week on our side and in regards to fantasy, but we are nearly getting there. So enjoy you and have a blessed weekend. Chill out.
Bye.